Ben fakatay run magarto. Welcome back to the Diary of a Single Mum. My name is Marian Sheikh Hussein. We've just exceeded 2K, guys. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Thank you all so much. Today is going to be a short video about how to handle betrayal and betrayal that you might come across, especially when you are embarking on your own journey and you're going through finding yourself, finding out what you want, finding out who you are, along with all the other cultural expectations and the other expectations that we have in society as women, the things that we struggle with, and how we can navigate through it. Ben fakatay run magarto. I love that saying. Let people talk. Let people say what they need to say. Let people say things behind your back. One thing that I've noticed about my life here is when I was struggling, people were literally just looking at me struggling. And I've had gossip, I've had betrayals, I've had subhanAllah, and it felt like it was back to back to back to back at one point. But I just genuinely feel like at that time, I was thinking to myself, when is this going to end? When is the betrayal going to end? Like, why isn't Allah getting those people back for me? Why aren't those people getting a taste of their own medicine? And the thing is, their time will come, right? And obviously, we shouldn't be wishing bad on people. But I've just noticed as a single mum struggling, I have had many instances where I was struggling so much. And the people that I felt like were closest to me basically stabbed me in the back. And it felt so painful. And I was caught off guard. And mainly the reason why I felt like this is because I wasn't expecting it. And sometimes I've noticed that when you are going through hardship in life, you're going to see people's true colors. I remember one time me sitting on the bus with my baby, and she was in a buggy, and there was this lovely Somali lady that came up to me. And obviously, I looked quite young, so she was like, "How about it? I think I'm gonna share." I was like, "Ha, ana dale, how about it?" And then this was the time that I was going through no recourse to public funds, and I was pregnant, and I had the baby, and I was just really going through a hard time, a shitty time. And I remember she just said to me, "Habrir, mara lugu aina, mara lugu urina." So basically, one day people will look down on you, and one day people will look at you and look at you as if you are like you have no worth, right? And one day people will say good things about you. One day people will be like, "Oh, I knew it was going to be you. I knew you was going to make it. I knew this was going to happen for you." So whatever people say, at the end of the day, the lesson that I got from this is whatever people say doesn't really matter, because the person that likes you today can hate you tomorrow, and vice versa. So we shouldn't be basing our values and our worth based on how people see us. We should look at our journey and look at where we're headed towards. I feel like when we are so consumed with what people think, like when we're so consumed about what people think about us, our intuition starts to get blurred. So what we want out of life, like we won't know what we want out of life, because we're literally just so, our mind is so preoccupied with what other people are thinking and what other people are going to say about us. And it's really difficult, especially when you're going through a difficult time, or you're going through a pregnancy, or you've just had a baby, or you've just had a divorce, or any single thing in your life where it's meant that you are now going through hardship. A lot of people will turn against you, and some people that claim that they loved you or that they cared about you will disappoint you. And that's like the smallest of it, right? Sometimes you might have people that are close to you who end up talking about you behind your back, or people saying things about you as if you're never going to come out on top, or nothing's ever going to happen for you, right? But we need to keep our mind as strong as possible and to have faith and keep going. For some reason, I just feel like community and dadka igu neceb yihiin waxa waaye naag oo single mom ah, and on top of that oo danteeda taqaanto. A woman who's a single mom and who knows her ish, who knows her business, who knows what she wants and goes for what she wants. A woman who's taking care of her kids day in and day out, who's raising her kids, doing the best that she can and showing up for her children. A woman who is self-sufficient. A woman who cares for herself. A woman who sets boundaries. That's what in our culture. I've noticed that. And at one point, I feel like I was dealing with a lot of those issues. Sometimes you might have to go through like family stuff, like family dynamics. And there's so much expectations placed on the woman, especially marka ala furo. It's like had the all of a sudden she needs to do this, she needs to do this, she needs to do this for other people, for other family members. Or immediately people expect you to just have more children or to get married again. Like I was literally on a bus one time and there was this Somali auntie lady that was sitting next to me. She was just saying to me, "Oh, how about did you just come back from work?" Da da da. Yeah. And then I said, "Yeah, I'm going to pick up my daughter." And she said, "Oh, you got kids?" I was like, "Yeah, I've got 3." And she was like, "How about it? Have more, have more." Ilahi ya kula korina ye. And I was like, "How about it in the UK? Have more kids? Like, are you being serious?" And she was just like, "Oh, I've got 10 kids. I'm happy, blah, blah." But sometimes I just feel like people like to just bring their opinion to you when it comes to having children, especially like in our community. And I've had many times where, I've been asked, "Oh, why did you get married? Like so young, blah, blah, blah." And then I've had times where people have said to me, "Oh, Habarir, why don't you have more children? Habarir, why don't you just get remarried?" There's a deeper issue to just getting up and getting married again. There's a deeper issue that lies with that. For example, if I choose to just jump into another situation or another marriage or another relationship, right, that could potentially affect my children's life and could affect my life as a result. I choose to work on myself. I choose to stay alone, even though it's difficult, instead of perpetuating that same cycle of having so many children and then later on not being able to care for any of them. When you are someone who's self sufficient, who knows herself, who at least is even on a healing journey, learning to say no, learning to set boundaries, trust me, people are gonna come at you left, right, and center, because you are now not meeting other people's expectations, but you're meeting your own, and you're being your own person now, and you're putting all your energy into your children, your family, the things that you enjoy, the things that you want to flourish and to grow. It's so crazy because growing up, I would see like a lot of aunties like giving a lot of themselves to other people and then neglecting their own children, right? Because how much are you willing, like, how much can you give out? There's only so much energy you have in a day. It's like people expect mothers and women to give to other people around them and then also take care of themselves. But it's like, how is that going to work? I just feel like when it comes to you going on your own journey, you being your own self, you setting the rules for yourself, you going to embark on a journey on your own, it's going to take a lot of strength and it's going to take a lot of energy, and that energy is energy that has to be given to yourself, right? And when the energy is given to you, people are going to sense that. People are going to sense that you're now like you detached from them. People are going to sense that you're not giving as much as you were before, and people are going to get mad. So just know that these things are normal. And at the end of the day, if you're someone who wants to thrive, who wants to do well, even if you don't have any children, right? But someone who wants to change things in their generational dynamic, or someone that wants to do better for themselves and are doing something that's completely different from any of your family, you're going to deal with a lot of setbacks and you're going to deal with a lot of challenges. But that is an indication that you are going towards success. That is an indication that you're doing something good for yourself. Remember, when you're feeling the lowest in your life, there's also going to be good times. The darkest times that you're facing also will equate to the same amount of good times that you're going to be facing in the future. So just keep that in mind. I feel like the best lessons you learn is when you're going through hardship. The best lessons that you learn is learning how to regulate your emotions when people are coming at you or when people are saying things. And anytime that you react to people, you're feeding them. It's like you're giving them food. That's you giving them a source of fuel. That's you making them feel bigger, bigger, bigger. And then you get smaller as a result. And I feel like one of the things that I've learned is to allow myself to feel triggered and not engage in whatever that they're saying, not engage in their shitty talk, not engage in the things that they have to say. Because at the end of the day, who are they to me, right? Who are they to me? Even if there's someone who's close to you, just look at it this way. that person must be really unhappy with their life for them to come towards you and say things, or for them to go behind your back and say things. Do you know how much energy and time it takes for people to invest their time and resources talking about someone else, right? And all this dirt and all this negativity being thrown at you, you can use that pain to fuel you towards a greater purpose, to fuel you towards what you want out of life, to fuel you towards your studies, to fuel you towards your healing journey, to fuel you towards breaking the general cycles in your family once you get married and you have children. It's all my days. Like, I feel like the biggest pain and the biggest hardships that I went through has led me to actually starting this channel. A lot of the hardships that I went through has led me to being the mom that I am today. A lot of the hardships that I went through has made me a more kind-hearted, compassionate person. And one thing, don't ever, ever, ever change your heart for no one. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're a good person and you're caring and you're kind and you have so many things to offer, don't let anybody dim your light. Don't become someone, don't become the person who hurt you. Don't become the people who hurt you, because trust me, there's nothing you're going to get out of it. It's a waste of energy. You're literally draining yourself when you're giving people negativity back. You're literally draining yourself. And a lot of the times, the people that are engaging in this negativity and who have betrayed you, these people are absolute masters at doing this. So they can beat you in it. They can beat you in the negativity. Do not argue back with them. Just let them, and then watch how things unravel in your favor. Whenever you're going through hardships or you're going through struggle, it's generally an indication that you were chosen. You were a person who was chosen to break the cycle, to break the cycle of toxicity, of negativity, of whatever you've been through in your life. You are the person that God has chosen. You are that person. And so you need to treat that with care, and you need to treat yourself with care and value yourself enough to close your ears. Do you know what I'm saying? To block your ears from people's negative energy and whatever they have to say to you that don't make no sense. Whenever, like, whatever struggle you're going through right now, just know that these things will come at you. I feel like it's a process of life. I don't know, like, there's this person that I was listening to on YouTube, and he was saying everyone has to go through a humiliation ritual, which is a time in your life where people doubt you, a time in your life when people talk about you, a time in your life when you're looked down upon, a time in your life when you're going through financial difficulty, any form of hardship, and people are literally stabbing you in your back. You're getting no's, you're getting rejections, you're getting this, you're getting that. Literally, that is the road towards what you are supposed to be doing. That is the road towards something better for you. That is the road towards something greater for you. Trust me. There's this theory called let them theory, made by a lady called Mel Robbins. Yeah. And basically, what she said was, if people are going to talk crap about you, let them. If you don't get that job or whatever it is that you were looking for, let it happen. Let things flow and let things happen, because trust me, what's meant for you is not going to miss you. It's not going to miss you. And especially if you're a single mom currently and you're going through a hard time, you're taking care of your kids, you're raising your children, and sometimes you feel like you're not doing good enough, and then you don't have the support that you need, and people are literally just watching you, and they're watching for you to have a downfall. If that is you right now, let it happen. But you, don't forget yourself. Don't forget who you are. Show up every day. Show up for yourself and show up for your kids the best way that you can. Because hada ku shege, mara lagu aina, mara na lagu urina. People will talk about you now in a negative way, but then later people will give you the evil eye. God forbid, the evil eye, we don't want it. But people will look at you in envy, right? People will be like, oh my gosh, look what she's done for herself. She's young, she's got 3 beautiful children, or she's got 2 beautiful children. Or look, she got a divorce, but alhamdulillah, now look at her, she's in an amazing marriage, she's in a stable marriage. Or look at her, she got her degree, she got her PhD. People will then look at you, and then all of a sudden they're clapping for you. The same people that laughed at you when you're going through a hard time are the same people that later on they'll be clapping at you, or they'll be giving you that look. They'll be like literally watching your every move. The people that watch you the most, yeah, those are the ones that are looking for your downfall. Sometimes the people that watch you the most, yeah, the people that are like, oh, there are some people that are like, I'm happy for you, but they're really not as well. But at the end of the day, this is a part of the process. Sometimes the devil can't win. Do you know what I mean? So God will send you like people, devil in disguise. He'll send you people He will use people as a way to put you down, to make you feel negative about yourself. He will send people to derail you. He will send people so that you can go off your path. But just like, we need to be aware that this happens in life, right? And this is something that is like so predominant today, because I feel like so many people are going through a hard time, and when they see someone else blessed, they won't be happy for them. And people are also going through a crappy situation in their life, that when they see someone who's going through a hardship or a hard time, they'll be like, oh, look at that person, and they'll look down on them, instead of reflecting on themselves and being like, why do I feel like that? Why am I looking down on this person? Anyways, guys, I'm going to end this video here, because I can't lie to you, when I first started filming today, I was just like, I'm just not feeling like I'm in the flow of things. I really hope that this uplifts someone's day and this makes someone feel good. Anyways, love you guys.